Hello, my name is Laurie Smith. I want to thank you for your time today. The video that you will see probably after this video is done by David Vanderklok, who is an architect that I'm working with. And I wanted to explain a little bit of how the whole project got started. On February 20th of 2016, my husband Richard, pictured here to the left, and my son Tyler, who was 17 years old and had not graduated high school, he was to graduate in the spring, were shot and killed point blank in Kalamazoo by an Uber driver randomly as they were looking at cars in a car lot that night. My daughter Emily, who was 19 at the time, and I are the other half of our family. It used to be a family of 4. Tyler's girlfriend, Alexis, was in the back of the vehicle and witnessed my son and my husband being shot. She hid, and the car windows were tinted enough. She didn't scream, and so he didn't see her, and so thank God she survived. But she had to get out of the car and get my son's cell phone from his pocket after he was shot. It was clearly the worst time of my entire life, and I still can't believe that it's real. I didn't know what I was going to do, but the way that the community pulled together, everybody, not just in Kalamazoo, but the entire state of Michigan and the entire United States and beyond even, have just come together for myself and my daughter and my entire family, as well as the other families of the victims and the survivors. And I knew that I needed to do something to be able to give back to them. At first I thought, since my son was so into playing soccer, that I would have an annual soccer tournament that could raise funds and give those funds back to the community somehow. And then I was talking to Mike Seeley, who owns the car dealership where my husband and son were shot. And he suggested possibly putting up a building, maybe a soccer center, in my husband and son's honor. So that's kind of when I started thinking about it. And then there's a lot of steps in between that have led to now. But the bottom line is, this entire project is, I'm not the only one doing it. I have a team of people that keeps growing every day. They're all volunteers. They all have a passion for giving back to the community and for creating a place where not only the families can go to heal and to remember and to reflect, but also anyone in Kalamazoo, anyone driving by Kalamazoo can see this structure and see how strong of a community we are, and that we are moving forward somehow after this terrible tragedy. There's been other tragedies in the area too, and my main goal for what you are going to see, which is a memorial and a soccer center in honor of all of those victims from February 20th. And I would like it to be a memorial for the tragedies, the other tragedies that have happened We had a bike tragedy in Kalamazoo on June 7th. I'm trying to involve and have this be the memorial center, if you will, where, God forbid, there be any or more tragedies, but a place where people can come and reflect and see how strong Kalamazoo is. I want this to be a community project, and when people drive by, when it's all done, I want them to say, look what we did, not look what she did. That's very, very, very important to me. Why soccer? Because, like I said, my son was very much into soccer, and he learned not only how to be a good soccer player, but also how to be a good human being. And my husband and son, as well as the other victims of this terrible tragedy and the survivors, they all had something else in common besides that fateful night. And that is, each one of them had a special impact that only they could provide, whether they lost their lives that day or the two survivors that live on. And so I want to make an impact in people's lives, in kids' lives in particular, for this center. But we have a lot more than soccer planned. It's a 501c3, which means it's a nonprofit organization. And we have a lot of things planned, from allowing the police to do drills there, to setting up programs for underprivileged children. Also, we plan to have programs there for homeschooling and private and public schooling, whether they use the soccer fields or whether they use it for band practice or something. There's just a whole slew of things that we plan to do through the nonprofit organization beyond the soccer facility. The soccer facility, for those of you that don't know, the soccer facility that I am proposing is a field that is larger than anything that we have in Southwest Michigan. And so it's not duplicating. Again, it's going to be adding here to what we have to offer in Kalamazoo and in Southwest Michigan. The closest soccer center of this size is in Wixom or Canton or Brighton, which are neighboring cities about 2 miles away, or 2 hours away, I'm sorry. So this is going to bring tournaments which can give back to hotels, as well as restaurants, shopping, much more than just the soccer event, because it brings overnight guests when we have tournaments and things. And like I said, much more than just soccer. So I'm very, very excited about this project. I'm just thrilled that I'm able to do this on the one hand. On the other hand, obviously, I would give anything to have my son and my husband back. But at least I know that I can go on, and through this center, I can give like they gave when they were here. And that is very important to me, and to give back to everyone and allow a place of healing. So I thank you very much for your consideration, for your time, and I wish you the best. God's blessings. Thank you.